Caleb Tallman, TeamFYNSports. I'm joined with Eric Duong, head coach of the Andrews Lady Wildcats. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. How about yourself, man?
Can't complain, can't complain. I really appreciate you joining us today. We just want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about your team and your program over there in Andrews. We know things are on the rise with y'all. Why don't you just go ahead and start out and tell us about some key players that y'all are going to have this year, whether they're returners or new players, and just get the local fans familiar with your players.
Yes, sir. Well, our main key player coming back is a senior, and that's Emily Miller. We'll pretty much go as she goes for the most part. Along with her, although she's not a freshman, she didn't play last year. Kenley Queen's a sophomore who I expect to be a big time contributor. I wish she would have played last year, but I'm glad she came out this year. And then, to finishing up, just being another key contributor, probably I got a freshman, Kylie Donaldson, is going to be a big help. And a couple other seniors who came out, who didn't play before. So all those will be big helps to help improving from the season last year, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned, your players, we obviously know you're the head of the program. But tell us a little bit about your staff and your administration around you that help support your program. And we know every good head coach is always surrounded by a great staff.
Well, that's right. Well, I work closely with the boys program as too. I'm a assistant on it, and so me and the Manleys, although they're not directly on my staff, we always bounce ideas off each other. So that's a huge help with them. But directly on my staff is a Manley, Coach Matt Manley's wife, Machina Manley, is on my staff, and she's a huge help with just communicating with the girls, just as another female can with another female, I guess.
Yeah.
And then also this year I added Morgan Mashburn on my staff. She's also another alumni from Andrews, who just recently graduated from UNC Chapel Hill, who I'm hoping to be a big contributor to the program as well. Just being able to connect and maybe reach connection ways with these players that sometimes I may struggle as being an older male.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, and that's what it takes. It takes a village, so they say, to be able to get all your players to perform at their best levels. And as you told us about your team and your staff, just go ahead and tell us what are some of y'all's team goals this year? What are y'all trying to accomplish as a team?
Well, obviously every team's goal is to win everything, right? So that's definitely one. But I always start small, man. Got to start with these smaller goals, and that will build towards any bigger goals. So I always tell them, first of all, let's just win the games that we're actually favored to win. You got to take care of the ones you're supposed to win, and then maybe we can sneak some wins on someone where maybe not necessarily we're favored. Another goal for ours is I mean, the conference is rough. I mean, this is a good conference for girls basketball in general, boys and girls. So I always want to try to definitely not finish last, but finish up near the top in the conference. And that's how I know we've been really competitive and battling out there, because it's brutal in this conference.
Yeah, go ahead and expand upon that. That was one of my questions that was coming up next. And just, TeamFYNSports, we think that the Smoky Mountain Girls Conference, especially, the boys are pretty good. But then you look at the girls conference, and I mean, last year's conference champion was a Final Four team, I think, and the team that came in second won state. So just tell us your thoughts on your conference as a whole, and maybe how you think the conference will stack up this year. Obviously, Rosman's no longer in the conference, which I'm sure you won't miss that drive.
Yeah.
But just talk about the conference as a whole and your thoughts.
Well, you ain't lying. The conference is filled with great players and good coaches to go along with it, which hence why it's one of the toughest conference, if not the toughest in the state as far as girls go. But yeah, the Rosman trip, I'm glad not to have it to make that right anymore. But they're going to be really good too on the girls' side from what they're believing on. But every night when we enter conference play, there's no games off. It's going to be pushed to the max. Especially, I mean, we got a 2-time state repeater champion in the conference, and Robbinsville didn't really lose anybody, and they won conference last year. You're right. So it's going to be tough, but like I say, that's what I was saying. If we can finish anywhere near the top, I know we did well because the conference is so tough. Just try not to finish last in this tough conference. That's a goal we have for each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And then my last question I got for you today, Coach, is just go ahead and share with the fans. Obviously, we just talked about your conference. We know that you'll play each team in conference twice, plus the conference tournament. But share with us a little bit about your non-conference schedule, and then if y'all are playing in any tournaments, Christmas tournaments and such. That way, fans know how to find you and how they can support you and come see you guys play.
Right on. Yeah, we open up with a Little Smoky team, Blue Ridge, next Tuesday. And, we play all the Little Smoky teams this year. We'll play Highlands, Nantahala. I think we only played Nantahala once, though, this year. And then Hawass Dam, obviously. Some other non-conference, not in Little Smoky, or is Franklin. We'll play Franklin this year, home and away, as well as Tellico Plains.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Christmas tournament, we're going to Swain this year again for the Christmas tournament this year. They always bring some good competition from teams kind of out towards the Asheville-ish way play. And I think there's some other Big Smoky and Little Smoky teams be out there as well. So we should see a little bit of everybody out there.
Well, Coach, that's all I got for you. We're really looking forward to watching your Lady Wildcats take the floor this year and have an improved year. Do you have anything else you want to share about your team and your program? We're just all about trying to highlight and promote your young athletes.
Well, I just want to say thank you. This is awesome. Who would ever thought COVID would lead to great streaming stuff like this for us? I wish this was around when I was in school. It's practically planned on TV.
Yeah.
But, these girls they're working hard to improve, especially some of my seniors. They want to finish off strong and build from last year. Last year was kind of a tough year for us, and we definitely wanting to improve to make our local community proud of us and be competitive, just to keep up the strength of the conference,
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you taking some time with me. And as you said, I know my boss has got to get with your boss a little bit, and hopefully we even get a couple of those Lady Wildcat games on FYN TV at some point this season.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thank you.